welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Miltania if you are new here. Today is Sunday. We are getting ready to go for a little run. We have a couple things to do. I want to return a jacket. I also have to go into the city to go and to a running store, like a running sizing store. Hopefully they're open today. I think they are, because I'm going to be running a half marathon this year. I am so nervous. I just feel like she's gonna handle me, so I need to make sure I handle her first. I started training. I am officially like in my training now, but during the last couple of months I have been kind of keeping a certain like condition for my body, just so I didn't have to start from scratch and everything. So I've been pretty consistent with working out, more or less ish. I think I mentioned way back that I want to get better at cold weather running, and well, I have to train, so we are gonna have to get better. I got this long sleeve shirt that it's like a loose fitting quarter zip from Tracksmith. I like their little logo. It's like a little rabbit. It's super comfy. I find that I really like lightweight clothing when I'm running. I just hate feeling restricted and tight. So I got this. I'm also wearing my black Honor Active leggings and my running socks. I'm wearing a headband. I feel like I need a thicker headband. I was kind of looking for some of those because of all things, I feel like my ears are what get the most sensitive, and also like around my nose area. So I have Vaseline on my nose right now. So if I look greasy, that's why. And then I'm wearing these gloves, not the gloves that I want to wear, because for whatever reason, I'm losing everything. And I would understand, I personally really would understand if this was a large apartment, if this was a 3-story brownstone, if this were a mansion, but it's none of those things. And somehow, first of all, I lost my debit card like 5 months ago in my house, by the way. And then I had my gloves. They're gone, nowhere to be found. So clearly I'm getting robbed. That's the only solution. I was also talking to someone about running recently. We were talking about half marathons and that stuff, and he was like, oh well, you know, you should definitely make sure you bandage your feet when you run. And I was like, bandage my feet? I feel that there is so much knowledge in the running world. Every time you think you know something, you don't. I didn't even think about bandaging my feet, but he was like, yeah, you can get like blisters and stuff like that. I was like, great, now I gotta figure out my running bandage from when I do my half, or probably as I'm training, I guess. I don't know. I gotta get into those running groups even more. And I mean, I think I'm still a fairly new runner because I've only been running, like I've been running inconsistently for a long time, but I've been running consistently for a very short amount of time. It's only been a year and a half. And I think that is a really short time. So that was new. What don't you need when you're running? You need the fuel and the gel and the correct shoes, and you have to make sure you're strength training properly. The bananas and the bananas and the bananas. I eat so many bananas. I think it's funny. There's always something new. There's always something else that you're learning, but I'm actually really excited. So ready to go now, but I'm wearing these black trousers, and then this is just what I'm wearing underneath my clothes. But Ralph Lauren, count your days. I think I mentioned this earlier because I was like, oh, I need a new winter coat. Let me go and purchase one, as one does. So I went on their website. I was like shopping around for a while. I found this one. I bought it in like early December. I don't know, at some point last year. It took forever to come. So I said, fine, whatever. I don't mind it taking a long time. As long as I get what I ordered, that's fine. So I get the coat, right? And I'm looking, I'm like, why is it high water? Why is it short? This is supposed to be a medium, right? And mind you, when I placed the order, it like had some shipping troubles, and then they had to like reship. It was so confusing. So I said, whatever. I'm gonna try it on when I get it. So I tried on. This is what it looks like, by the way, with the hoodie. This could be perfect. I was planning to be really cozy. Do you guys see me? I was gonna be bundled up and stuffed up. No, I get the coat. I'm like, why? First of all, why is it so snug? Why is this an extra small? Why is this coat an extra small? I looked at the tag just to be sure, and I also like that it has this like kind of like zippy inside. It doesn't go all the way down. It's kind of like a jacket. So I called customer service because I was gonna like try to do something online. The lady that I spoke to was super nice. Processed the return, processed a new order. They had like some sale going on, so I like got it at a better price. I was like, oh, don't even say less, say nothing. Process my new order. I got an email confirmation. I got a confirmation of the new order. I thought we were good, we were great, we were groovy. So I didn't check it for like a day or two or whatever because I was like, okay, good. I'm just gonna wait until it starts processing again. It might take a little bit longer. I checked my emails a couple days later to see that my order was canceled for my correct code. I said, all right, Ralph Lauren. So I call back customer service. I'm talking, mind you, to the same CSR, which was crazy, but she was really sweet. So somehow I get connected to her again. And I'm like, yeah, what happened? Because this was all solved. What happened? So she tells me that like, oh, when she placed it, it was showing in stock, but apparently it wasn't in stock. All kinds of mess. So now I'm left with no coat and it's 20 degrees outside. And this was supposed to be my winter coat for the year. I was supposed to be, you know, I was supposed to, I am returning their coat. Ralph, you're done. And I'm really mad because you know why? I went back on the website after that to see, okay, you know what? It's fine. It's out of stock. They have 3 colors. They have an olive green, a black, and a navy. I go back on the website. The black is still showing out of stock. A couple days later, I go back on the website. The black is not even on the website anymore. I said, oh. Take back in a jacket, but don't want it. Anywho, this is our outfit for today. I'm wearing this sweater from Banana Republic. I got it like last winter, but I never really got to wear it, so this is like the second time I'm wearing it. And then I'm wearing just some black trousers, my Adidas, and then my coat. And then I got this little bag from Anthropologie. I just love it. It's like a little bucket shoulder bag. I can't tell if I overblushed my nose or if my nose is just that red, but it is so cold outside. But look where I am. I made it to Central Park. I'm at Central Park West right now. It's really cold outside, but it's also really cute. I mentioned before that I haven't seen the park since last year or something like that. It's been a minute, but I forget how cute Central Park is. I feel like summertime, you won't catch me here, but I'm gonna take a little walk.
The 7.6 and the 7.6.
Okay.
They're gonna feel it. Whereas the next shoe actually.
I've been editing for most of like the afternoon since breakfast, and it's also really like the weather is not good outside today, y'all. It's been snowing slash raining today, but I want to take a little bit of a break. So even though it's cold and gloomy outside, I want to try and go get a little matcha. So we're gonna kind of go try to scope some places out and see where we can get one. The matcha is very good. I feel a little bit more awake now. I'm a little bit sleepy. I feel like the weather is just making me so gloomy and so sleepy, but now I feel a little bit more awake. But anyway, let's recap on the little sneaker situation. I may have not actually fully talked about that. When I went yesterday, he helped me with everything. We even talked about like races, and he was very helpful in general about like running. And so we decided on the sneakers that I was gonna get, which are the New Balance 1080 V14, something along those lines. And I was gonna buy them there, but then I was looking at another color and they didn't have that color, so I'm ending up basically ordering them online. But just really quickly, if you are looking to like get into running, or you want some options and you want to feel out a bunch of shoes at the same time, I would definitely recommend going into a running store, or that store which is called Fleet Feet, because I did try on a bunch of other shoes, but I just wasn't really looking for them for what I'm going for now. But anyway, the reason that I even wanted to get shoes is one, because I'm running my half or whatever, but I was getting them as a little birthday gift for myself because my birthday just passed in December. I did turn 30 and I wanted to just have a little chat about it, because I feel like 30 is a big age. It's a big milestone age, and it's weird because I feel like every year, because my birthday is around the end of the year slash new year, I feel like I do a lot of big reflecting. But I definitely did a lot of that this year, and I feel like I'm always in a state of reflection sometimes, but because this was a new decade, it just felt, I don't know, it was very emotional. And I'm not a big huge birthday person in general. I've always been very about my birthdays, but this year I ended up having like a little bit of a birthday get together. It was a really small dinner, and I went out with some of my friends, and it was just really sweet. It was nice to have my girls and just actually try to celebrate my birthday this year around. And so it was really cozy. It was more intimate, and I'm not gonna lie to you all, I couldn't wait to turn 30. I couldn't. I know that a lot of emphasis is put on your 20s, and this is your life, and this is where you're supposed to be like doing all of this discovery, which is true. And I did do a lot of growing and learning. I think it's really unavoidable in your 20s, but for me, I feel like my 20s were very filled with a lot of responsibility, and I have responsibility now, but I was, in different places in my life. Had a lot of responsibility in my interpersonal life. I had a lot of responsibility at work, and it wasn't until my later 20s that I started to change a little bit of that. And so it's weird because I feel more carefree, even though I have responsibilities now that I'm 30, than I did my entire 20s. It makes me feel like I have a lot more optimism going into my 30s. So I don't think I was even considering how to feel going into my 20s. I was just like, oh, I'm 20, I'm 21. But now I think age does that. You get a little bit older and you get to introspect and reflect a lot more on the things that you go through. And so now I just feel like I'm going into this decade a lot different than I did my other ones. My son is going down, but I definitely feel like I'm going into this next stage, this next phase of life with clearer intentions and a better understanding of who I am as a person and the things that I want in my life. I definitely have a lot to learn. There's decades and decades, hopefully, of life that are to be lived and to be learned. But at least right now, where I'm at presently, I definitely feel so much more just in tune with myself. And I definitely think that there's a different level of confidence that I have going into this new decade of my life. And also, I know that there's so much pressure put on women when they turn 30. And I definitely do sometimes feel that pressure, but it's not a huge deciding factor in my life. It doesn't feel like I have to do all of these things because I'm 30 now. And I don't even feel like 30 is the new 20. I feel 30 is the new 30. This generation of 30-year-olds, we are so much different than 20-year-olds were so much different than the 30-year-olds before us. Kind of developing our own ideas and concepts of what we feel aging and maturity looks like. And so I definitely feel you get older, you get all of these different reference points as to who you are and the things that you want. And this is truly the first time I'm going into an age. Granted, when you're 1 to 10, you're barely even a person. You're just kind of like getting, you know, to know that you exist. And then 10 to 20, you kind of only care about 18 and 21. And so I think 30 is that real, I think, fully conscious adult age that you go into. I kind of have some goals for 30. I have fitness goals, but basically, you know, I want to run my half marathon, but I want to maintain a healthy physical being. I think that's something that has always been important to me, but now that I'm getting older, it's something that I want to continue to maintain in whatever way I can, and whatever way makes sense for me in my life. I also kind of want to be better at my interpersonal life. The last couple of years, I spent a lot of time focusing inward, and I was pretty isolated for a while, and I'm really good on my own, but I want to work on being a little bit more involved with my friends and my family and kind of nurturing those relationships a little bit more. I want to be a better texter because I suck at it. I always have, and I want to be a little bit better at keeping those lines of communication open because community is really important, and I think I'm trying to grow my personal life and that community, and I think it's really important as we get older to try to maintain those bonds, especially with the people that really mean a lot to us. And so those are some things that I'm kind of working on. I have other personal goals that I want to keep, you know, close to my heart. But those are kind of the couple of things that have been working around in my mind. I like the new year. I think it's a great opportunity to reassess, to restart. We're always changing. There could be a new month, new you, a new day, a new you. I like the refresh. I like that sense of being able to kind of change things around a little bit, decide, you know, what kind of things you want to do with yourself. And also just remember to take things at your own pace. I think there are a lot of things that make you feel like you have to be moving at a certain pace, whether it's your peers or your family, especially things like the internet and socials where, you know, you get a perception of where someone is in their life and you think that might be reality. I'm rapidly losing daylight now. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thank you all for hanging out with me, for going to buy running shoes with me and listening to my little rant. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are, and I will see you on my next video.